overall, on the end of the month, I made 2.5%. Now, we're going to get into November. This is where I really fucked some stuff up. And the reason was, alright, what's going on, everyone? We're going to be going over the results for my funded 100K account with Aquafunded, so let's just kind of dive right into the results here. So if you guys have been following my YouTube for a while, you know that I've been trading for years. I've made videos and privated them. I've been funded, lost the funded account, been posting my trading results for the past couple years, but I've deleted all those videos and try to switch ways into fitness content because I'm more passionate about fitness than I am with trading, but I'm still doing the trading. It's something I want to do. It's a career path that I want to do. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get right into the results here. So as you can see, currently this account is active. As you can see up here, I'm going to refresh the page for you guys. The account is still currently active. However, we're going to kind of go from the very beginning all the way up to where I am now. So the month of October was great. I was using what I call the 3TP model. So right here is all the Forex pairs that I trade. I put hours of back testing. Like, I still work a full-time job, and literally at this job is I just sit at the desk and work on my trading system. I don't do it as much anymore, but that's what I was doing when I was developing this. I trade the daily 4-hour time frames, and the reason why I trade those time frames is because I still need to sleep. I'm a very systematic trader. That's the only way. I don't believe in discretionary trading. Maybe in terms of risk management, like discretionary risk management based on mathematical buffers, that I can get behind. But discretionary trading where, oh, I feel this is going to go up, I don't believe in that bullshit. I believe in systems and systematic trading, because if we also look how hedge funds trade and quant trading, it's all algorithmic. Like, the markets are ran by algorithms. And so I trade the daily 4-hour because you need to execute every trade in that system. I still need to sleep. I'm human. I still work a full-time job. I still want to spend time with family when I develop my own family. So that's the reason why I trade these higher time frames. Is I don't want to be staring at a screen all day. I spend like maybe 10 to 15 minutes total executing my trades and updating every 4 hours on my charts. And usually at night I'm sleeping during the London session, so 8 hours of sleep is only 2 4-hour candles, so I don't really have too much to worry about there. However, on the left side here, you can see Forex pairs. So these are the only pairs that I trade, the only Forex pairs that I trade, because every other pair so far that I've back tested is not profitable with my system. Let's go over to this one. So this is the very, very first spreadsheet that I made on all the ideas I was back testing on everything. I'm not going to go over this because this is just way too much data, and explaining everything that I did to get these numbers is just going to take too much time. This one is the modified version, what I'm focusing on now. So you got your Forex pairs here, stop loss. I tried so many different risk management in terms of stop loss. Like, am I using 30 pips, 50 pips, 100 pips, 60 pips? Like, what was the best pip count for that stop loss? So as you can see, stop loss is row B. So this is the size that I'm using. So daily 4-hour, I can go over my entries in another video. I can go over all my strategy in another video. This one is just basically about the statistics for my funded account. These are all the stop loss size that I use. So the 3TP system is your 1-to-1 risk reward, your 1 to 1.5, and 1 to 2. So what I mean by 3TP system is you're going to take, on one trade idea, you're going to split your risk into 3 different positions. So since I average anywhere from a 6 to 12 trade losing streak just based on my data, if we take the average win rate, which for 1-to-1 is 57.4, all these pairs added together and then divided, right, your average, I can average about 6%. Also, this data is collected over 10 months. So in my back test, I back tested about 10 months of previous data. I've also gone back like years and years in the past to see if this strategy is still valid. It still is. But 10 months worth of data on average with all these pairs added together averaged about 6% return over the course of 10 months, risking 1% at 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. And I averaged about a 57.4% win rate. Same thing here for 1 to 1.5, 8.6% average, 47.8% win rate, 1 to 2, 8.4%, 39.6% win rate. And so I'll get into these other two sectors here in just a second, but 10 months worth of data, about 30 to 40 trades per pair back tested. And so anyways, what I'm getting at here is your 3TP system. So you have the same entry, right? So let's say you enter here, and with my mathematically, because trading is literally, it's mathematics and science in my opinion, It comes down to psychology, but in terms of charts and the system itself, it's all mathematical. But you're taking the same entry point. So for me, I need to be risking 0.36%. And the reason why I found that risk percentage was because with Aquafunded, you need to have 5 minimum trading days where you make at least 0.5%. That's pretty standard across the industry now because they don't want people getting payouts. It makes it that much harder because people will be taking exuberant amount of risk. Goes into psychology, which I won't get into. But the risk is adjusted. So on my big winning days where all my take profits hit, which as you can tell, 39.6% of the time. So out of 100 trades, I'll have 39.6% of my trades hit full take profits, full sweep. So I can expect to pay out every 1 to 2 months with that system, 1 to 3 months, so once every quarter essentially. And so you're taking the same entry, entry 0.36% risk. I can make a video breaking down everything in my strategy, all the little increments of why I do everything, but that's not going to be this video. But 0.36% split between 3 positions, so 0.12%. Now, 0.12%, one of those positions is a take profit 1 to 1, other one is 1 to 1.5, other one is 1 to 2, and then you just kind of move on to the next trade. You just set and forget, essentially. And so, as you can tell, during the month of October, it performed very, very, very well. I made 2.5%. My risk was managed. I didn't take any trades outside of my system. I didn't force anything. I just followed my plan and lived my life. I worked my full-time job. I paid my bills. I was just there to execute my trades when they came up. I didn't miss a single trade. In my losing days and my losing weeks, I just kind of let them flow. I don't think I had a single losing week in the month of October. But overall, on the end of the month, I made 2.5%. Now, we're going to get into November. This is where I really fucked some stuff up. And the reason was because I started to see that October was doing so well, and I was like, you know what? Why am I trading this 1 to 2 risk-reward ratio? And I still don't fully understand why I need to have that 1 to 2, but what I found out was I started plugging in all my statistics and all my trades into the ChatGPT, because I was all these this trading history, I was plugging in every single trade. I was creating a spreadsheet and uploading it into ChatGPT and then having it spit out me statistics and, what's my probabilities, equity simulators, Monte Carlo simulate, all this different shit to understand my statistics, right? And what I was getting was it was based purely on a mathematical equation. It wasn't factoring the prop firm rules. It wasn't factoring in how I was feeling or my psychology level. It just simply said mathematically the 1 to 1 and 1 to 1.5 is going to be the best in terms of payout speed, in terms of drawdown recovery, in terms of max payout, and max allocation in terms of how much capital I can bring in at the end of said period. What I didn't factor in, though, is how tough this would be mentally. This was so incredibly hard to follow my plan this month. There's other life factors, there's work stress, there's relationship stress, there's, relationship stress between a significant other, or the way that you view life, and so many different other factors that play into your psychology and trading, and why you need to become stoic, in my opinion, to be able to feel your emotions and then process your emotions. But anyways, on the month of November, I switched down to my 2 TP system, which I cut out the 1 to 2 take profit and just stuck to 1 to 1 and 1 to 1.5. Now, this was a problem because I ran into my natural variance. I started to have my losing streak, and my risk was upped from 0.36 to 0.44%. And once again, these percentages are changed based on the rules and based on a couple different factors. 5 minimum trading days where you have to make 0.5%, so that's $500 on a 100K account, and you have to make that in a day. And so if I had 0.44% hitting both my take profits, that gives me an average risk reward of 1 to 1.25. Do the math, you can figure out that's more than a $500 day. Anyways, with that said, I didn't factor in how steep of the drawdown that I would be in mathematically when I go on my standard losing streak. And so as you can see, we're pretty much ending the month of November down 3.6%. So not only did I lose all of the profits I made on the account, but I'm down another 1.2% this month. So that means I'm in a 1.2% drawdown for the year, which sucks, but that is simply because of my own greed that came into play. Although mathematically, yes, that 1-to-1 and 1-to-1.5 system is statistically and mathematically better than my 3TP system. It just simply is not good for prop firm rules, and it's simply not good for my psychology because I have no buffer trades that can release that stress of drawdown. Like, I am full force taking those drawdowns instead of, you know, having some other trades at higher risk rewards that cover the losses and all these different mathematical shit that I've looked into and spent hours researching on ChatGPT and statistics and all that. Anyways, that's pretty much the account breakdown. As you can see, this account is pretty much cooked. Like, it's done. It's cooked. I'm pretty much just, I have open trades that are in profit, so I'm just gonna keep trading this account until my profit just kind of, until the account deletes itself, essentially. I stuck to my rules. I didn't change my risk. The only thing that I did change was at the beginning of November, I did change to the 2TP system just because statistically and mathematically I thought it was better. I didn't factor in all these other things that I know now, so it's just lack of information on my part. But that decision was purely fueled by greed, and I learned my lesson. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's a $500 account. I don't really care. I still have a full-time job. My bills are unaffected. I'm still doing fine. I can still eat food. I can still pay for stuff. I can still pay my bills, which is very important. However, I'm just going to let this account kind of ride out. I'm going to let it finish itself. And then once I start my new account, so when this account's cooked, when it's totally done and it's inactive and I breached it, I'm going to just buy another 100K account and I'm going to switch to my 5TP system. Mathematically, this is going to be so much easier in terms of the drawdowns. Like, my drawdowns are going to be very, very little. They're going to be a lot less significant than even the 3TP system. It's going to be more consistent. I'm going to be more profitable, which means, like, every single week, essentially, even when I have my losing streak, the other pairs that I'm trading will compensate with winners. It's not putting all your eggs in one basket. So mathematically, it's just going to work out. It's going to be a lot better to do the 5TP system. I'm going to be risking a 0.35% overall with a 0.07% risk on each leg, which means my 1-to-1 will have a 0.07, 1-to-1.25, 0.07. You kind of get the idea, right? I can go into another video why my risk is so small and why it's adjusted like that. I'm not trying to make huge payouts. I'm not trying to sell a lifestyle or anything. Like, this is just the reality, the mathematical reality of trading Forex, stocks, whatever. I choose Forex because it's a higher liquid market cap. You can make a higher return a lot quicker. You can outpace the S&P 500 as long as you got the mental capacity to do it. All you got to do is just stay disciplined, consistent. And so my risk is already figured out. Like, I already have everything figured out for how I'm going to run that next account. I just need to basically be patient, let this one finish out, and then just start another one. But that's been pretty much the breakdown of my statistics here. So 176 trades. So it's not 176 individual trades. You got to remember that for the first month, I was taking 3 positions per idea, and the second month I was taking 2 positions. So realistically, this is probably like maybe 40 to 50 trades, somewhere around that area, because this month has been really slow. So 40 to 50, maybe 70 trades. That's pushing it. But as you can tell, like, that's not a lot of trades for 2 months of the account. As you can see, I made 6 out of 5 trading days. So 3 of those days I had in my first month, so trading the 3TP system. The other 2 I ended up getting on the month of November. And the average risk reward and win rates kind of skewed because of the system change that I ended up going through on the month of November. So other than that, drawdown's pretty much the same. This account's pretty much cooked, as you can tell. This is the equity curve. I'm going to end up connecting my next account to my FX book because I hate the way this equity curve looks. Like, I can see absolutely nothing on here. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Month of November again, made 2.5%. Lost 3.6% in the month of November simply due to the higher risk I was using in the system change. So I'm hoping, it's not really hoping, it's just statistically I know that December is going to be better, but I'm just proud of myself. Like, even though I lost this account, I lost $500, like, I still count it as a win because I learned a lot. I had so many lessons that I learned. I have so much more knowledge now, and I'm very proud of myself because I stuck to my rules, I stuck to my risk management, even though I did change systems based on mathematical conclusions and data-driven conclusions. It wasn't an emotional thing. It was, hey, this is better, statistically and mathematically speaking, even though you're in a loss and in a variance period, mathematically it was a better decision, and it's really good to run on personal account. On prop firms, it just doesn't work. But once again, I'm really proud because I didn't deviate from my rules. I did think about it a couple times, but I didn't. I still stuck with my rules. I stuck with my risk management. I stuck to my plan. I didn't miss any trades. I'm still executing the same system even though I'm heavily in a drawdown right now, which means that I have the discipline to not change my strategy. I have control over my emotions. I'm emotionally intelligent and emotionally controlled, which is something I'm very proud about. I proved to myself, even though I'm losing the account, I proved to myself, hey, I have what it takes. I have the discipline. I have the consistency. I showed up even in a drawdown. I showed up and executed my proper trading system, even though I didn't want to. And so at the end of the day, for me, it's just a straight up win. I don't really care if I lose this account. Like, it's a win for me because the knowledge I learned, the tuition that I learned, and the tuition that I paid for to get here, and I proved a very big lesson to myself, and that's just going to carry me forward. But once again, that's been the video, guys. I pretty much went over everything I want to, but I might do these videos once a week or once a month. I really don't know, because my trading strategy is so slow. I'm taking like maybe 5 trades a week, if that, like if I'm lucky, sometimes 7, but usually it's like 3 to 5 trades a week, average 1 to 2 trades a day. So yeah, you might see these statistical video breakdowns like once a month maybe, and then I might just move into some other trading content, like more educational stuff if you guys want to, of like how I'm doing everything, why I do what I do, and all that kind of stuff, why I make the decisions, or how I operate my day-to-day and do my research. But if you guys want to see more of this content, just let me know in the comments down below. Alright, later guys.